Hello. Thank you for your interest in the Standards Assessment Inventory. The SAI is a valid and reliable instrument for measuring and improving the quality of professional learning experienced by educators. On this 8-minute webinar, we will provide a brief overview of the standards for professional learning and describe the features of the SAI. Over the last 3 decades, the field of professional learning has undergone a great transformation. Researchers have studied the common features of professional learning and worked to determine the impact of professional learning on teacher effectiveness and student achievement. We are now more clear than ever that professional learning will improve practice and student outcomes if designed and implemented properly. These changes in the field also resulted in an evolution of the term professional learning. Decades ago, we often referred to efforts to improve teaching as in-service training. In-service training brings back memories of the factory model of education, where our goal was standardized content and practice. We moved on to the term professional development. This term is more respectful to educators and calls them professionals, but still focuses on an external development of their profession. Now we have arrived at a new term, professional learning. Professional learning connotes a great engagement of teachers. No longer are they being developed by managers, but they themselves are engaging in learning and collaborative problem solving. Professional learning is a serious business. We know that the federal government invests billions of dollars to support professional learning. States and districts invest even more, and schools and teachers invest significant time and energy. With all of this investment, leaders rightly ask the question, are we getting the biggest bang for our buck? To answer this important question, we must get clear on what professional learning is. Professional learning is the primary strategy that school systems have to ensure that all educators continue to improve their practice. Professional learning is the vehicle to improve individual, team, and school-wide performance. Professional learning is the glue that fosters collective responsibility for the success of all students. Professional learning is the system for engaging all educators and learning teams committed to continuous improvement. And finally, professional learning is the great equalizer to ensure that all, not just some students, experience great teaching every day. In addition to the 5 broad goals of professional learning, there are several distinguishing qualities of effective professional learning. Professional learning is aligned with rigorous state academic standards like the Common Core. It is based on data on student and teacher performance. It is conducted at the school level among teams of teachers. It is part of the regular work of teachers, and it follows a continuous cycle of improvement. Boiling things down further, there are 3 main characteristics of professional learning. It is results-driven, job-embedded, and standards-based. Given that the focus of this webinar is about evaluating the impact of professional learning, I will focus on results-driven. To determine the outcomes of professional learning, we must begin with 3 questions. The first is, what do students need to know and be able to do to be college and career ready? Then we must ask, what do educators need to know and be able to do to prepare students to be college and career ready? And finally, what professional learning do educators need to acquire the knowledge, skills, dispositions, and practices to prepare for student success? Another way to look at this is to review this logic model. Starting with Circle 1, we argue that standards-based professional learning leads to changes in educator knowledge, skills, and dispositions, which leads to changes in practice and ultimately in changes in student achievement. You can also look at this in reverse to guide the planning of professional learning. Here we begin with Circle 4. We identify the changes in student results that we want. We determine the changes in educator practice that are needed to support student learning. We identify the specific knowledge, skills, and dispositions teachers need that underlie effective practice, and we design the professional learning to accomplish those goals. We just discussed the foundations of the standards for professional learning. The standards help us plan effective professional learning and judge its quality. We know that standards are important because they help us clarify the purpose of professional learning, establish the attributes necessary to realize its full potential, and to guide decisions and practice related to the design, implementation, and evaluation of professional learning. Now that we have reviewed the topic of quality professional learning, let's move to the standards assessment inventory. The Learning Forward Center for Results, with support by the MetLife Foundation, developed and rigorously tested this tool to help school systems judge the quality of their professional learning. It was recently revised to align with the new standards for professional learning. In developing the survey, we reviewed past SAI results, revised questions to align with the new standards for professional learning, field tested the new items, and piloted the full survey in over 16 states. The instrument was analyzed for statistical validity and reliability. This rigorous scientific review process gives us faith that the instrument is valid and reliable and produces information on the quality of professional learning experienced by teachers at the school level. The purpose of the SAI is to provide information to institutions that desire to understand staff members' perceptions of professional learning, to reveal the degree of success or challenge the institution faces with the professional learning practices and implementation, and to provide decision makers with the data on the quality of professional learning as defined by the standards and the institution's alignment of professional learning to those standards. The survey is very efficient. It is a 50-item, web-based survey for teachers which takes teachers less than 20 minutes to complete. The SAI solicits teachers' perceptions of the professional learning they experience to determine the degree to which the professional learning aligns with the standards for professional learning. In our next session, I will cover how to implement the Standards Assessment Inventory, review the reports and resources you will receive as part of the survey, and discuss 3 ways the results may be used to improve the quality of professional learning at the school and system level. Thanks for tuning in.